overlooking the better and perpetrating the worst. Okay, because sometimes if we're not careful, that's happened many times. We end up saying, well, we got to have a better situation, and we divide a certain party or something, and it actually ends up helping those that are the worst enemies. So I just encourage. What's it?
Not a good party. I'm just saying, go to New Party. A lot of information on Barack Obama and some of the next.
Okay, newparty.com. Go take a look at it, folks. Okay.
Okay. I'm done.
Please.
Hi, my name is Beth Straley. And in 2007, the fall of 2007, a small group in Texas got together and started a national campaign called 40 Days for Life. Someone mentioned earlier, I think it was the pastor, that you can tell a politician by how they treat children. I've been an administrator for the 40 Days for Life, and I've been very involved with the team since that fall of 2007 with the national campaign, but for Phoenix metro area. I want to say that Congressman Franks will stand up for what he believes in, even when he's speaking up for the defenseless, and even when he's speaking to a very small crowd. He was a very busy man. He was a congressman in 2007, and he took time, and he was the Phoenix Metro's first guest speaker. And I just thank you so much. A lot of people disagree with me, but I think that the way we treat the unborn and the elderly is just as important.
I just want to thank the lady with all my heart, because the bottom line, folks, is that she's right. I was a Democrat that once said, that you measure society by how it treats those in the dawn of life, those in the shadows of life, and those in the twilight of life. And if we learn to love each other and really care about each other deeply, we'll make policies that look to the best for everyone. And I know sometimes people say, well, they hear that I'm pro-life and they think, well, he's too much, he talks about that too much. Let me tell you, if we don't have the courage to protect the defenseless, if we don't have the courage to protect those who can't defend themselves, in the final analysis, we will never find the courage or the will to protect any kind of liberty for anyone. And I guess that's enough. Let me say one thing about this bill that hasn't been said. It will be the largest expansion of abortion in America since Roe versus Wade. And you will pay for it. Someone else.
Hi, my name is Geraldine Hospew. I live in Peoria, and I'm a health information technology consultant. One issue or opinion I have is that American physicians aren't getting enough attention on the real issues in this nation, which they have been brought up, but I think that the ones getting the biggest squeeze in the system are the American physicians.
Yes.
And I've been working with physicians my whole career. I've helped thousands of practices muddle through the waters of insurance bureaucracy and lawyers and every other thing out there. And I'll tell you right now, it's ridiculous. And it's gotten worse. And I think something needs to be done to, I don't want to say control, but somehow monitor how insurance companies reimburse physicians, what they are allowed or not allowed to do in terms of deciding which procedures are necessary or not. That's not the place of the insurance company to make that determination.
Well,
it's the physician's responsibility
to determine
what's necessary.
As it happens, one of the ways that the physicians are getting squeezed is because the government, under the Medicare index, is the one that sets the reimbursement. So you want government to, the more government gets into it, it seems like the more they mess it up. But I respect and agree with you 100%. All right, someone else here.
Congressman Franks, my name is Susan Ramsey, and I've been a supporter of yours for years, as you know. And I'm also a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a businesswoman. And I'm also a product of the 60s, when there was a lot of things going on during that era. And throughout my entire life, I've never protested anything until a week ago Monday when I went downtown when Obama was there. I could not sleep the night before, and I stopped at Walgreens and got my posters and wrote them up, and my husband looked at me like, "You're really not going to do this." And I said, "Yes, I am." I'm just passionate about this. I'm fearful for my children and my grandchildren and the debt that you've spoken about that they're going to inherit, plus the health care plan and everything else. But what I want to point out is when I went to that, I was at the breakfast, with J.D. Hayworth, and you were there also. And then I went down and I walked down and stood on both sides. I actually stood on the side with the Obama people who love him and for health care reform, and of course we are too, just a different form. And I stood on the other side. Everyone was pretty quiet. It was real likable, actually. But when I watched the news and when I looked at the newspaper the next morning, the way the media slants everything to the left, I don't know how we can stop that. If you read that paper, you would have thought we were outnumbered 10-1, and that absolutely was not true. I was there. They weren't there when you were speaking and J.D. Hayworth was speaking. We got no coverage there. The media slants things the way that they want it. The media coverage we got was the guy with the AK-47 on his back, and that was it. And I don't know how to stop it. Okay.
Well, you know, your talk, I guess this is the perfect place to say this. You're preaching to the conductor of the choir. I completely agree with you. One of the great dangers of any society is when we get a little bit lazy and let the media decide what the issues are and let them be the ones to decide to tell us what to believe. We make a terrible mistake. And right now, the liberal media has become a dominant force in American politics. And we're going to have to wake up and think for ourselves. Because if we don't, we're going to be taken. Let go of it.
How do we stop it? Can we do you not watch TV? Do you write TV stations?
Internet.
Do you stop buying newspapers?
YouTube.
What do we do?
They say that the fax machine liberated Poland. I think the internet and being able to communicate with each other, going around the media, can liberate modern America. I hope so.
Congressman Franks.
Paper, I would have said.
Congressman Franks.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you for being here and this evening. My name is Harold Doty. I live in Glendale. I'm a Korean War veteran. The question I have for you: when are the Republicans going to bring forth their health care agenda to combat the ones proposed by the current administration, something that we can afford? A Reader's Digest version, and Bill O'Reilly on Fox News said, "Bring me 3 pages."
Well, ironically, you heard the previous question about the media. We have done that, and we have been ignored. When I was down at the event that she spoke to, one of the things I said to the group, I said, the group on the street will be talked about in the media today. But we have 700 people that showed up in that little place. They were pushed out into the streets. And we got almost no coverage except on the station that was the one sponsoring it. So it is a very difficult situation, but I will tell you that we have a very, very small bill. In fact, you go on the internet and look at it, it's a very small bill. Anyone can read the Republican alternative on the what they call the Republican Study Committee bill. It's simple for everyone to understand, and we are trying to get more people to know about it. The media fundamentally ignores it, and Ms. Pelosi won't allow it to be debated at all. So that's part of the problem. Yes, sir. Go on the internet and look up the U.S. House of Representatives Republican Study Committee and look up their health alternative bill. Yes. Okay, someone else here.
Over here.
Hello, my name is Senior Chief Walter Clowney, U.S. Navy retired and U.S. Navy active duty, reserve active duty. I spent 39 years, 6 months, and 23 days out of high school and into the military. Out of the military in 1984. That's neither here nor there. I tell you why I'm here. In the newspaper